everyone and welcome back to the channel. As ever, you can find me over on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews. I'm also on Ravelry at MadXStitcher, and this is my monthly podcast. This is April's podcast and maybe one of the last that you'll see in this particular setup, because things are changing. If you are new here, hi and welcome. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about all things crafty, mostly crochet. There's sometimes some knitting, sometimes some other crafts thrown in as well, but yeah. There are lots of things going on in the background. You'll notice that there are some things missing on the wall, for example, because I have taken up some of my stuff, most of my craft stuff actually, to my new home, and I am going to be taking up the rest soon, and then I'm going to be moving out of where I currently am by the end of June. So yeah, there'll be a May podcast, but that might actually be from somewhere else, and then the June podcast might be the last thing I record here, but there will probably be nothing on the wall then either, so yeah, that's where we're at. So there is a Facebook page, a Facebook group, all linked, same name as the channel. There is a Ko-fi account if you wanted to donate. It just helps towards things like giveaway prizes every now and then, and yeah, sometimes I use it to have a nice cup of tea or a hot chocolate whilst I am recording as well, so that's always lovely. But yeah, hi, I'm Maddison, and it's taken me a little while to get through that intro. So this is my monthly podcast. As I said, I've got a huge bag here of stuff. I also have a huge bag of yarn that I've purchased this month, and yeah, April has been just a little bit chaotic. I have done a spring vlog for April half term, but that hasn't gone up yet because I have space issues, storage issues on my laptop, because it's not my laptop, it's my son's. Yeah, so I'll get that up at some point. And yeah, I'm basically living surrounded by a big mess and boxes. But anyway, stress. I do think actually that I've got this thing at the minute where I'm scratching my head all the time, and I've noticed I've got really dry skin, especially here, which I'm also scratching. My hands are really, really dry, even though normally that only happens in the winter time. So I think it's to do with stress. People keep telling me that there are two things in life that are the most stressful, and they are getting married and moving. So I don't think I was this stressed when I got married, but apparently I'm very stressed now because I'm trying to do quite a lot of this on my own, and yeah. So there we go. Anyway, yes, so this is my monthly podcast. I like to share my finishes, WIPs, any acquisitions I've done, and I've got, and plans for the next month. So what I plan to do in the next 30 or so days. So I have my notebook, it's right down in front of me because you are kind of propped up. I've got my ring light stand up. It's a cheap version, but you're currently on a step, so what's it called? It's an IKEA, you know, the two-step thing from IKEA. It's on one of those, because the big table is out, the little table is out, but they've all got stuff on them, and I just didn't want to move stuff, so you're on this. But it kind of makes it the right height, so I'm okay with that. Anyway, shall we actually get into the crafty stuff? What I like to do is at the beginning of the month, I've set myself some plans or things that I want to actually try and achieve. So like goals, as it were. And I had 4 goals for April. So the first one was to produce a cowl neck poncho for a colleague at work. I then wanted to finish the Triceratops that I started last month. I wanted to put some more pieces together for the Postcards with Love blanket, and I wanted to start Freda Carlo for the toftdollcal, which was being run by Martyn of at Knit365. He's running it over on Instagram under Welsh Tenor. I'll put all the links down below for you. But yeah, so I joined that as well. I have done 2 of those 4. So let's get into it. So apologies in advance if the light starts to get a little bit weird. It is gone 6 o'clock on Saturday. It is Star Wars Day, so may the 4th be with you. Yeah. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about, I don't have with me, and that is because I made the Cowl neck poncho for a colleague at work. Now what I have done though is pre-recorded me finishing that and recording a little bit for the podcast, so I will insert that now, and then I'll come back to you in a sec. So this is a little bit of a pre-record because I won't have this with me for the podcast for the end of April. I have managed to make a cowl neck poncho in 4 days. I started on Monday and I got maybe to there. I'd finished a ball, that's for sure, and I've had to weave in the end somewhere. Yeah, so I got to about maybe 2/3 of the way through the cowl part, and then promptly did the rest on Tuesday. And I think I finished off the cowl part actually on Wednesday and had started, I don't remember. Anyway, I started Monday and I finished this morning, which is Friday. However, I would have finished yesterday had I not run out of the red yarn and had to unbox pre-packed yarn and cut some more. So, because I ran out of yarn for the tassels, but the main part of the poncho was done. So I'm going to quickly put this on. It's not for me. I have tried to do the same sort of length and measurements as the one I made for myself, which I'll grab in a second so we can see a comparison. But yeah, this is for a colleague of mine, and I'm just really surprised it's worked up this quickly. It's made in Aran, Stylecraft Special Aran. I have used lipstick, black, white and green. Very imaginative with the names. Yeah, so let's put it on. So just moved you back a little bit because it doesn't fit on screen. So yeah, it's got less tassels than my one, purely because I knew I was low on the red. Yeah, it's got a nice big puffy cowl. I just have all these ends to weave in. I've woven some in. Some have been woven in, but not all of them. And this is a lot stiffer than my one because obviously it's just been finished. My one has been worn quite a lot. So let me go grab that and we'll see a comparison, shall we? Okay, like I said, this one is made in Stylecraft Special Aran. However, my one, I've got it inside out. My one is made with Women's Institute Aran, which comes in the big 400 gram balls. I don't actually think I did the right amount for the cowl. It's very floppy. My one is very, very loose and soft and squidgy, and my tassels are a lot longer and I have more of them. But that's because I wanted the full fringe effect on that one. So this was the inspiration. This is what everyone at work has been seeing me wear. Yeah, and my colleague wanted me to make one for his wife. So this one uses 4 colours. This one uses 4 colours as well, but I've only included 3 colours in the granny stripe section. And it's just red top and bottom, just to sort of edge it and finish it off, whereas this one uses all 4 throughout. But yeah, just thought I would show you the 2 different cowls. I do have another one which is all grey. It's all this grey. But yeah, those are my 2 ponchos. And yeah, like I said, this is going to be delivered to my colleague when I go back to work on, I think it's like the 14th or 15th. I don't know. That week, anyway. And yeah, I'm really hoping that he likes it and that his wife likes it, because for them it is Eid Mubarak next week. So I think this is going to be like a gift for his wife for that as well. So yeah, really like this. I used a size 7 hook for the cowl and then a size 6 hook for the rest of it. You're supposed to change for a size 7 for the ribbon at the bottom, but like I said, I was running out of yarn, and by the time I realised I should have been using a size 7, I'd already done one round in size 6. So I just decided to continue. And I don't think it makes much of a difference, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to take this off, weave in the ends, get it parcelled up and ready to gift next week, or just over a week. But yeah, there's definitely a difference in the texture of the two yarns. This one is much softer than Women's Institute yarn, but I got this like years ago and it's been worn a lot, so that might be why. But yeah, I'm hoping this will soften up the more they wear it. So yeah, very pleased with this make. It is the Cowl Neck Poncho. It was featured in Simply Crochet. Let me see if I can grab the pattern very quickly. So this is the pattern. So it's meant to be in a rainbow. It is designed by Simone Francis. There we go. And yeah, I'm really surprised it didn't take me very long to work it up. So you never know, maybe I'll make some more. If it's only going to take me, what, a week? Pretty sure I can knock some of these up very quickly. I also used only 2 balls of the red with a little bit from another ball to finish off the fringing. I had like 17 more tassels to do, and they're only like this long, so less than a gram of another ball, and I used less than 1 ball of each of the other 3 colours, so I still have some yarn left over. But I'm not going to get up again to show you. I'll take a picture of the leftover yarn. What I might do is weigh it as well and see what I've actually used and put that all on my Ravelry page for it. But yeah, I really like this poncho. Definitely going to be making more in the future, that's for sure. It's a really good way of using up some Aran yarn as well. I've got so much Aran yarn in my stash. Now I feel like I need to make more ponchos. And because I'm going to be in a colder climate from now on, yeah, let's make some more ponchos. Anyway, so let's move on to the second thing for April. And that is Freda Carlo. I've always wanted to make a doll. When Toft brought out the Women Who Made History, I was really excited to see Frida, and I couldn't subscribe to the Doll Club at the time, but I managed to pick up a kit from somebody on Toft Addicts Facebook group. So it was a perfect opportunity in this make-along cowl to actually finally put her together, because I'd had her maybe 2 months prior. I think I got her last year. You'll see in a previous podcast anyway if you want to go back and check, but she has been living in the bag that all the yarn came in. So as a recap, this is the card you get with the kit, and then obviously you go into your Toft library to download a pattern. Because I didn't get it directly from Toft, they had to email me the pattern, so I have that. And I literally just printed the pattern. I actually got Helen, who is the owner of All Tangled Up, to print it for me, because I took it to Glasgow when I went up with my husband back in half term, and I wanted to work on just one project rather than multiples. So this is my Frida, and her head is a bit floppy. I do feel like I need to try and get some more stuff in her neck. I had a couple of issues. Her arms are a bit long. Let me put the bag down. So there is one thing I have not done, and that is the heels on her boots, and that's because I don't quite understand the pattern for them. So I'm hoping someone on Facebook or from Toft themselves will be able to help me with that. But I put together the body, and so she's actually got a pink bum. I put together the body and then I made the arms, made the legs, and started working on the kaftan, the top for her, and then realised that it was not going to go over her head. So I had to kind of do one half, attach an arm and put this on, and then attach the other arm and sew the top to her. So yeah, but I got a bit carried away and actually ended up sewing both the shoulders up, put both the arms on, and then had to try and squeeze her body through the head hole. But yeah, so yeah, her head is very floppy. She's been sitting in a bag, so that'd be bright. But she's got some gold chain earrings. She's got flowers in her hair. Now, considering that my tension for Toft products is pretty much what the Toft tension is, I ran out of red yarn, and that's not happened to me before. So I had to use, I only had the flowers left to do in her hair, so I used leftovers from Bo, the Chinese dragon, to do so. So it kind of annoyed me that somehow I ran out of yarn, but yeah, I'm very happy with her. I have done the advanced hand, so she has 4 fingers and a thumb on both hands. I do feel like maybe the thumb, I should have done the thumb in a little bit more. So she's got like a that way as opposed to that way. The skirt is very long as well. I've seen other people's and their top seems to be a lot smaller than mine. But the skirt, like her skirt is massive. So I think my row tension in terms of going straight is different to my amigurumi tension. But I'm really pleased with it. I put lots of stars around her skirt. Yeah, this is the first time I've used their fine yarn as well. So this is more like a 4-ply. But you use the same size hook, so you get this like lace effect. And then she's got a prosthetic leg as well. That's her prosthetic leg. So there's a seam there and not one on the other leg. But yeah, it was just a really interesting project. Like, there's lots of details in here that are clearly Frida details, and I was very impressed with that. But the arms sort of go out and she has a floppy head. So I'm definitely going to get a Toft doll stand for her, just so she can stand up properly, and I will put the heels on at some point, but for now she is finished. And actually, because I've got loads of the yellow left over, I might make a few little yellow flowers to put in the head, just to add a little bit of that colour up there as well, because it's all in her clothing. So yeah, but I'm very pleased with her. And I did change how the eyebrows are done because I wanted them a little bit closer together, but I'm very pleased with her. And I still have loads of yarn of the other colours left over, so let me quickly show you what's left. Okay, so I have pretty much half a ball of camel left over. This was a 100-gram ball, so I still have that. Then I have almost the whole ball still of the fine cream. Over half a ball of magenta. And then we have part balls of the black and the yellow. So I still have quite a lot of yarn, just no more of the ruby, which is a shame, but I do have some from other projects that I can use just to finish her off. So yeah, she is done. I'm very pleased with her, and she's going to go on display, so you may see her in future episodes in the background, which will be really nice. But yeah, I need to get myself a doll stand, and I need to get her to my new home. So she's going to go back in the bag for safekeeping, just so she doesn't get dirty or damaged on her journey, and you'll be seeing her in the near future. So yeah, Freda Carlo. The next project I have is another Toft project. This one is the subscription box for Imaginist, which is box 18, and we had 3 different colours in our box, and I have so much yarn left over that I keep adding things. So this was the main character that I wanted to make. I've given her some little weeds from the pattern that came with the box. She's got some long arms. I've used the legs from the quacker, and I've made up this little, it's kind of like when you get mushrooms stacked on a tree. It's kind of like that, and then she's got the reindeer horns as well, the antlers. But she's got quite a lot of hair. Kind of reminds me of Rosie and Jim in a way. Rosie has lots of hair. So yeah, I've also put like a little plait in one of them, just as a little detail, and there's some knots in there as well. Now I'll put more detail into my chat about this character into that particular video, because I like to do one for each of the projects now, for each of the boxes that I get. So there will be more on this one. Now, because I had loads of yarn left over, I thought, oh, maybe she'll need a hat. So I made a mushroom hat. Now, the only thing with this is that it's too puffy. I used the cap toadstool pattern, which is a toft pattern, which is more of a flatter, sort of pointed mushroom. This one has come out rounded, because when you make these patterns, you start at the very bottom of the stalk and work your way up and then build out. But obviously I'm not adding the stalk, so I tried to make the centre the right amount of stitches, but it's not wide enough. So I'm going to unpick it and make the base bigger and see if that will flatten it out a little bit more, because it's pulled it all round. It's not flat. I wanted it more flat like that. I've not even stuffed it that well because I didn't want it massive and it looks ridiculous. So yeah, I am also in the process of making her some wings. I thought that would be quite cute, as the inspiration I took for her was a wood nymph, and there's nothing on her back, so I figured I would make some wings for her. But again, that will all go into her own video and you won't see that again here. But yeah, I wanted to show her anyway, and so you can see what I've been getting up to. Really, there's quite a lot going on here, and that might be too much for the competition, but I'm going to try it anyway. So yeah, I'm very pleased so far with her. Right, the next things I'm going to show you, I had so much fun making, and I actually ordered more yarn so that I could make them. I have been working on some jumbo turtles. Now the pattern is actually a video tutorial from Rose and Lily Crochet on YouTube. They're also on Instagram as well, so I'll put the link somewhere, either as a card or down below, so you can go find that tutorial. And basically I had like leftover balls of yarn from previous projects that you've seen already, so like the strawberry, the dinosaur, the hearts. I had leftovers and I hadn't packed them, so I wanted to try and use them up, and I found that this pattern I can do the shell in I think 18 grams of yummy, and then the body is all one colour, and in the pattern it says you need 2 balls of yarn for the main body. Now I have managed to do it in literally just over 1 ball. I think I needed maybe 2 rounds to finish the body from the second ball. So yeah, and I'm so happy with them. I've made 2, I've started a 3rd one, and they work up so nicely. They're so fun that I actually bought more yarn to make more colours because they had new colours come in. So this is the first one, Jumbo Turtle. And I wanted to see if it would look any different with the flippers the other way round. And when I went to do the second one, I was like, no, actually I prefer it this way as well. So, but I've run out of eyes, so I can only make 1 more before I get more eyes. I have ordered some, but they're going to take a little while. I think they're due next week or the week after. So yeah, it's got big flippers, little flippers. It's got a tail. It's just cute, but it's huge. So I did the red one. I think I have enough yarn actually to make another red one because there's still like half a ball left. And then I made a pink one. Just because. And that took me like the weekend. I think I've overstuffed the head though. It feels very heavy. This one doesn't. This one does. Yeah, so I have a pink one as well, which I love. So I have two turtles. Yeah, two giant jumbo yummy turtles. I'm very happy with them, and I am going to be making more. So the red one is red yummy and champagne. The pink one is sugar pink and champagne. And I'm doing a third one with green, which is going to have cream body. So that'll be my third. And I want to put these on my Facebook page. So I think I am thinking £30 for these. They take a little longer than I would have thought they would. And they do use a nice fluffy yarn. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the sort of price I'm going to go for with these. They are quite big. And there are other sizes I could do as well. So if you wanted a turtle but you didn't want the jumbo one or weren't prepared for that price, then I can make slightly smaller ones as well, because they do have patterns for that too. But yeah, I wanted to show off my turtles. I did think today though, when I was at the shop, I was like, oh, I could actually make all 4 of the Ninja Turtles if I did their bodies in green. Maybe next time. I'm definitely going to make one in green for my husband, because one of his nicknames was, his name is Ralph, so, you know, Raphael. But yeah, 2 jumbo turtles. And I use a 5mm hook as well for working with Yummy. It just gives me a much tighter gauge and none of the stuffing comes out, which is what I prefer. So yeah, I'm very pleased with these and really looking forward to making more. I can't wait to show you the colours that I got. Now I have one more finish to share with you. You've seen this before. I can't remember if it was the last podcast or many podcasts before. It is an old WIP, which means I get to tick this off of my big WIP list as well. And it is the socks I was making for Ellen. Crochet socks. I now have 2 and they're finished. I've woven in the ends. Yeah. Now, the reason I started these, I think 2 years ago nearly, which is ridiculous. This is a sample for Ellen to show how her yarn crochets up. And yeah, now I finished the first one to the specifications in the pattern and was not going to have enough yarn to make the second one. So I had to rip it back and reduce the amount of rounds for the ankle and leg, and then it didn't fit. I've made the biggest size and it doesn't fit. And I think it's because this is a slip stitch pattern and you use a 4.5mm hook, so you should get quite a lot of stretch, but it stretches this way, not this way. See, it's very tight. And my foot is wide, not long, so it doesn't fit me, which put me off making the second one. And then whilst I was making the second one, I started getting really like weirded out from doing all the slip stitches. It just made me feel funny, and so I won't be making them again, but I wanted to make sure I finished them and I could get them sent off to Ellen. There is a little bit, I don't know what's gone on here. This is weird here. And there's a hole in that one. I've tried to follow the pattern. I don't know. Anyway, so before, the last time you would have seen these, I had one finished, and I think I was like here on the second one. You can see that my tension has changed because it's got looser. Yeah, it is that one. This is the second one I did. My tension is looser the further up I get, because I was trying to make it more stretchy. But yeah, and I actually ended up with yarn left over. After all of that, I still had a teeny tiny bit of yarn left over. And and I tried to make sure they were equal, but oh well. It's not glamorous. This is it's a sandwich bag. The pattern is Shepherdess by Clarissa Beth Lopez Rodriguez, and it is from Morit magazine. It is from the first issue of Morit. I mean, the picture is them in a boot, and so you can't actually see anything. I'll see if I can get a picture and put it up on the screen for you, but I don't think I have the magazine. I think that's been packed. Yeah, so, but I'm pleased they're done. Really pleased they're done. What I need to do now is give them a little bit of a soak and then put them back on the blockers to hang up to dry, and then I can get them posted and off to Ellen, because she's been waiting a while for these, and I'm just glad they're done. The yarn is lovely. It really is nice and soft. It's a really lovely 4-ply to work with. The colour is so pretty as well. It's just a shame that I didn't enjoy the pattern. Yeah. Anywho, I do like the heel though. The heel's pretty with the back, with the just double crochets. And it obviously looks like a sock, but yeah, not for me. But there we go. I finished some socks. And that's all of my finishes for April. So yeah, time to move on to WIPs. And there's not many of them. No. But I have 2 Toft WIPs, and I did say that I was making a 3rd turtle as well, but all I've done is made the shell, so you know, it's a shell. So I have 2 projects to show you that are my WIPs, because I couldn't remember if I'd tried to work on anything else this month. First up is the Triceratops, which is living in this bag. I crochet so I don't trick people, which was a gift from my parents. Now, I think I showed you the body last time, and since then I have made 4 legs. Have I made 4? No, I've made 2 legs. I've made 2 legs. So, yes, not an awful lot of progress, but 2 legs and a body. That's it. I think that's going to be one of my travel projects maybe this month. I don't know. I've got quite a lot of Toft projects now that I can be working on in between packing and stuff. So yeah, that's in there. This is from the Toft Quarterly, which was dinosaurs. So this is Victoria, the Triceratops, and I am using the yarn it suggests, which is, what colour is it? Is it shale? Yep, 100 grams of shale for the Triceratops. So again, free mule hook, and that will get done at some point. The other one again is another Toft, and this is the subscription one. Yeah, this is the Conservationist subscription, the last one, the last quarter. I am doing these as their own videos as well, but I thought I would show you a quick update on here. Now I have made the body. Yeah, I can't see any other pieces in here. I've made the body, and that was tiring in itself. So yeah, I think the marker's in the front. No, I think that's the front, the brown, because there's quite a few colour changes in this, and I had so many floats inside, but that uses all 4 colours just for the body. There's still loads of yarn left over, and I will continue to work on that as well. I thought I had done the legs though. I'm sure I did the legs. Oh wait, yeah, they are here. There we go. 4 legs and a body. That is where we're at the minute for Sal the Rollaway Monkey. So that will be updated as and when. Haven't done Soya the Gharial yet, but I have 2 in my subscriptions bag, so I'll be working on those as well. So I have those 2 and the Triceratops to work on, and the newest Conservationist has arrived as well, so I will be working on that too. So I have 4 little Toft projects to keep me busy. Yeah, and I'm still trying to finish off all my accessories for the Imaginist box. What I think I'm going to do is put it so that the hat is optional maybe, but we'll see, because it's not technically a WIP. I haven't considered it a WIP because I finished her and thought she was done, made the hat, thought she was done, and now I've decided to make wings. So she is finished and the wings are almost finished, but that will be in its own video, so you'll see it there. Yeah, that's it. That's my WIPs. So let's move on to acquisitions. I have a giant bag. This is all yummy yarn, and this is all for turtles. I have a bag of 6 cream, and I bought a bag of 6 champagne as well. And as I said earlier, I've only used just over 1 ball for the body of the turtle, so I bought more colours because I figured I'm not going to use all of that. Yeah, so this is the one that I'm kind of dipping into for like the last little bits, but this is still over 100 grams, so this ball was heavy anyway. But there we go, there are new colours, so apologies for any rustling because it's in a plastic bag. But there is a really nice purple which is called Violet, it's 4757. There is a really nice yellow, Easter yellow, 4752. So these are very bright. Then we have turquoise. I love this colour, I really do. I also got a black, and I have a ball of white, but I can't remember why I got the white. Oh, because I think I was going to try and make one of them into a mushroom turtle. Yeah, because I've still got red left over, so yeah. So yeah, I have a big bag of yummy to do that one, or those, because I have quite a lot of it now. So that's all going to be turtles, and the aim is just to make one every now and then and put it on to my Facebook page, because I'm just really enjoying them and I thought they were really fun to do. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with those. I also had a delivery from Toft because I wanted to join in the spring cow, which is the frizzle chicken, but forgot to order the yarn for it and use my 10% discount. So I quickly did that before the date ran out on it, and I'll show you the colours I got. So I have coral and orange. Let me put them on this hand. Coral and orange. And then I think I got fudge and cream, possibly. That sounds about right. Those 4 colours. Can't remember. Let me check. Cream, coral, orange, cocoa and fudge. Where's cocoa? Is that one cocoa? Nope, that's camel. Oh, it's not in here. No, it is in here. It's this one. The dark one. So I have those 5 colours. I think there's 2 of the coral for this one. Yes, 2 coral. And then I have those 5 for Frizzle the chicken. I'll see if I can put a picture up of Frizzle. And I also got the kit for Dodo. It's Elizabeth the Dodo. And I got the free patch for her as well. It is Elizabeth. Yeah. So I have the yarn for that. And then because I was trying to make up for free postage, I chucked in a ball of green as well, just because this is one of the colours I don't have. So that is all in here, and you get your strands of black as well for eyes. The Dodo is actually in blue. Hyacinth. It's in a light blue, which I think is really pretty. So I'm going to enjoy working those up. So I have plenty of things to be getting on with, don't I? And they all seem to be toft, other than my turtles. I have a couple more things to show you. I got some bags from Ellen of Kahlo, check Ellen who the socks are for. And she posted this because she bought this fabric, I think, for Lunar New Year. And it's got pandas on it. So I couldn't resist. Isn't it cool? And that's her logo on the front. That's her it's a wooden tag which I love. And this one is a drawstring. It's very big and it's got a gold lining. And I also wanted a smaller one to go with it, so she made one up with a zip for me because I prefer the zip closure. But yeah, so I have 2 in the same fabric. I love it. And that one's got red inside with a red zip so that they're different. And inside I've just put some patterns that I bought actually. So let me show you those. I'd forgotten about these. So this is a free one. The little rooster. And I bought the toad from the dye club. So this is Coral the red toad, and then I bought the stag beetle, which is Hercules beetle, because my husband likes bugs. They're both from the dye club, and I'm looking forward to working those up as well. But I also ordered a pin badge from one of the, I got all of these few bits from people on the Toft Addicts website, Facebook group. Not getting my words right today. So I bought Danielle the axolotl as well as a pin badge, because I think I want to add that to my list of projects to make. And she threw in the little sticker that goes with it as well. So it's very cute. I need to find a bag to put that on, and I need to get the kit for it so I can actually make it. Apologies for rustling. Yeah, so that's going to all be packed up and ready for the move. And that is it. Yep, that is it. That's all I have. I also picked up a can of 505 adhesive, which is a fabric adhesive, because I'm working on a quilt for a friend. They made the quilt topper with with squares from their daughter's clothes from when she was little. So I'm just making it a little bit bigger with a border and then putting a quilt in it, basically making it into a quilt, so it's got padding and then a back. So I bought the fabric for that as well. I might have pictures. If I do, they'll be up here. It's at work because that's the biggest space I have to work on it. So yeah. And the last thing I have is I got yarn from Kitey at the Yarn Whisperer, but that's its own video. And that is for the Quarter Quell. So he's doing a series of yarn based on the Hunger Games series and characters. So yeah, it's really, really pretty. So head over to that video when that goes up. But that is all I have for you today. It's a lot shorter than my usual podcasts. But yeah, so that's been my April. And I haven't worked on the candy sweater, the pullover. I haven't worked on the postcards with love blanket, and I haven't worked on my on the seashore on the seashore blanket. So I'm actually wondering whether to just pack those and just take them, purely because I've got plenty of smaller projects that I can work on, or whether to just keep the one big one and work on that. I'm not sure. Still haven't decided, but I think once I've got the van ready to be packed and I see what space there is, if I've still got space for a big bag of yarn, big project, then I'll put that in the van, I think, and it'll just go up. So yeah, I'm going to start going back to my packing because my friends are going to tell me off otherwise, because I do not have a lot of time to do that. It is, like I said, it's May the 4th. I am hoping to drive the van up on the 24th of May. So that's 3 weeks. Yeah. We'll see. And then I'm out of here at the end of June. So it's going to be a very hectic couple of months. And hopefully it goes all right. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. It's been lovely chatting with you. Do let me know what you think of the projects I've been working on and the WIPs that I've got as well, and what I'm going to be working on in the future. I don't know what my plans will be because I've got packing to do. yeah, I want to finish that turtle. That's probably the only thing I know I want to finish, and I've got to finish the Imaginists project and the rollaway monkey. So technically that's 3 things, and that's because they're all started. So yeah, that will be my aim. And I do have a cross stitch piece that I need to do before I move. I'm actually going to be moving in the middle of August as like the final move. So yeah, you heard it here first. I'm actually moving in the middle of August, and it's very scary. Anyway, I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.